It's been 5 years and y'all still broke. The GO is back. 5 years and I'm still the youngest one out. 5 years and y'all bitches are still broke. So don't take it out on me.
2 seconds later.
He was a domestic abuser. I witnessed him shoving my mom into walls.
Lil Tay is apparently back from the grave with a new music video. She's now 16 years old or somewhat, and for some reason she's dressed like a complete whore in this whole music video. I felt like I'm gonna be on a list for just watching this. There's so many uncomfortable shots. I don't understand. Apparently her mom has always been good to her, and it's been her stepdad, as I'm gonna go over, who's been abusive. But what mom would allow her 16-year-old son to get on fucking a music video and dress like this? But as you may know, the past few months for Lil Tay has been pretty chaotic, where of course she was a big 9-year-old random YouTuber back in the day in 2016, 2017 age, when Rice Gum first did a video on her, exposing her basically to the limelight and to the bigger audience of social media, and she's just like famous for being a retard, like a bad baby, saying things like, "You're broke, I'm flexing on you with all my money," except like she was an actual fucking child. So it was goofy because she was 9 years old and she's saying how rich she is and how you're broke. Exhilarating stuff.
Bitch, I'm richer than all y'all broke ass niggas. 30 on my wrist. I'm 9. I was born in Atlanta and I was broke as hell. Look at me now. I'm all better than you broke ass niggas.
But the thing is that even when she was a 9-year-old back then, she's always had very big problems with management and controversy surrounding her name, where first it was that her brother was apparently forcing her to act a little bit more obnoxious than what she actually wanted to do, and she was being semi-forced into acting like an obnoxious retard online by her brother because he was the real manipulator behind the scenes. That was the first controversy all the way back then that people were alluding at. That was the working theory. But now it seems to be a lot worse, with her dad apparently being an abuser of some sort, as she's alleging, where a couple months ago she apparently died, and she released on her social media platforms a goodbye statement. But this was all fake, and apparently it was done by her stepfather because he wanted some kind of control over her, and this was his way of retaliating, because apparently he's a gold digger who just wanted control over her career and getting all the money he can possibly out of his daughter. It seems ridiculously a little bit too stereotypical for me to 100% believe any of these stories. But that was a few months ago. But just yesterday she released a Instagram live where she accused her father of a whole bunch of abusive behavior. But it was so weird because she would throw in little bits of completely unnecessary details, like him having apparently an Asian fetish for Asian women.
Out of all of the random ass women that came and went, mostly Asian women, because he has an Asian fetish, if you didn't know.
Or that the fact that she would say like she was traumatized as a kid because she was forced to watch scary horror movies like Chucky.
They forced me to watch many horror movies when I was in their house. One of them was Bride of Chucky, and when they put it on, I couldn't get out of the room, and I was literally sobbing. And I tried to put my face into a pillow when they were playing the horror movie in front of me. And Honey Hope, she had me in a chokehold so I couldn't escape. And I had to sit through the entire Bride of Chucky movie when I was young as fuck.
Like, she would throw in these completely irrelevant things that no one really gives a fuck about realistically, and probably anyone who's like grown up has gone through similar experiences where, of course, you don't have a perfect childhood and your parents do some bad things to you, but it's not like you have to expose them or as if it's abusive. So she'd throw in these irrelevant things in there, but then drop bombshells and nukes, like her dad punching her in the face, leaving like very severe marks, and a whole police report that was filed because of this incident. So it was fucking random. It would be anything you would expect from like a 16-year-old, you know what I mean? Just watching her, I get flashbacks from high school.
If her son did anything wrong, it would become my fault. And she punched me, she pinched me. Pinching me was a really big thing. Chris mainly shoved me. And this is one of the worst incidents that happened. This is a police report. They were physically abusing me constantly.
But yeah, one of my favorite examples of this was that she said her dad didn't buy her expensive enough shoes for school, and this is somehow abusive. And she said this right after dropping the nuke that he abused her and punched her in the face and had a whole police report.
They did not dress me properly. These are shoes I was wearing. The soles are broken. This is another. These aren't even the same pair of shoes. Look. Both of these soles are broken. These are the clothing they were providing for me. Meanwhile, he was literally fulfilling all of her fantasies while I was wearing those broken ass shoes.
Why? Why the fuck are these even in the same video? You're talking about how he didn't spend enough money on you for your fucking shoes right after talking about your abuse story that you can actually get some real world consequences for. I mean, it's bizarre. And I don't know how, if this is really true, he continued to see her after this and was able to legally see the kid. I don't know the logistics of that, but if I'm being 100% fully honest, I don't know if any of this is real, because Lil Tay has had controversy surround her name for time now, but also she's had lies surrounding her name as well. We don't know what the fuck is real. There's been so many boy cried wolf situations with Lil Tay, with either her or her brother throughout the years throwing out random false information just to gain relevance and clout, showing a pattern of this behavior to say random things just to stir up controversy. And even recently, I'm not gonna lie, the timing is way too convenient for me to 100% believe this. Her fake death story came just a few months prior to her releasing her hit new single, apparently, and debuting her music career. Like, what the fuck are the odds there? It's not like this was a 3-year timeline. It's not like this was a 3-year gap between these things. She was gone for years. Suddenly, she died and had a fake death, and then at this convenient same time, she comes back and tries to relaunch her career. It seems like a whole bunch of bullshit, and I'm not gonna lie, even this whole Instagram live situation, she seems completely all over the place. And to be honest, if it wasn't for the one screenshot she showed of the proof of a police report being filed and her actual markings as a kid when she was apparently beaten, I would be calling bullshit 100% on this. But I'm like, if I had to make a bet, I would say it's 70% bullshit. It's too convenient. Everything is too perfectly timed.
But it doesn't end there, because he's racist as fuck.
But to be 100% fair, there are a few things that make it a lot believable, like her completely doxing, like she doxes her fucking dad, her dad's new wife, all of this like very secured information that should not be released to the public, especially to like 80,000 live viewers. She just fully on releases very explicit and detailed information about these people, which, don't get me wrong, is definitely on par for a 16-year-old, but I'm not sure if she herself would really come up with this Machiavellian plan to fake all of this information about provable things. Like, you can look up her dad's name. Like, why would she make up all of this provable information that you can find on your own accord? So yeah, I really can't say 100% either way, or it's a dicey situation for sure.
His name is Chris Hope. This is him. This is Chris Hope. And one of those women was named Shima Ali, his assistant. This is her. These are not private This is her Facebook wallpaper. These are not private photos.
You know, I was saying just a little bit earlier that I think it's probably just all bullshit because the timing is too convenient to her launching her new career. But gun to my head, if I had to make the most accurate prediction I would think to all of this, is that she probably did experience some pretty poor behavior or some poor actions from her father, potentially even abusive if what she's saying all completely adds up. And being a 16-year-old kid, she really just doesn't know how to word things correctly or state her case in the best way possible for this Instagram live, resulting in her being all over the place and bringing up completely irrelevant things that realistically don't hold any water when we're talking about abuse.
They were feeding me the most disgusting ass food. What is this shit? This is what they were packing me for lunch.
And you know, fuck it, maybe I'm being a sucker here, but maybe it even was possible that her dad faked the whole death situation and she had no part in it. I know it sounds so crazy, and I'm gonna feel like a dumbass if I'm wrong, because I guess this is my like working prediction at this point. But I would just find it even dumber to think that she would release and dox all this very private information that people can look up and prove. To think that all of that would be provably fake would be such a retarded decision, such a dumb thing to do. But hey, at the end of the day, it's Lil Tay. Would anything really surprise you? But yeah, that's basically a situation with her and the recent controversy. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.